So, I have the option to use the controller in this game. I'm not completely sure about that option, so I'll try to use mouse and keyboard for now. There have been two or three DLCs for this. Breaking Dead and Stranger Sins. Haha. Game of Crown. It's very into the face funny. Software, hardware, default. Anyway, it has basic options. And we'll just start it up and see what happens. Phoenix is looking good so far. Yes, I would very much agree. It's just hard to stream because, you know, complex. Even in everyday routine, there's a place for loving and feeling loved. What is going on here? Phoenix Point. Especially when you know that someone misses you. Okay? We're dead. What happened? Where is everything? Ah. Calm down. You've merely turned a page in your life. Have I? A whole new chapter awaits you ahead. But I need to go home. There's always a way to get home. Let me see. Your new home is a graveyard. Does that mean I'm dead? It means you're a graveyard keeper now. But I need to go home. Then you need to be a good graveyard keeper. You should dig up Gary. He'll help you sort out everything out. Who? Ah, okay. Let's find Gary. Yeah, they didn't even try to make it, you know. It didn't make much sense. Okay, we can use WASD to move. E is for using. We've got a chest here. An inventory, another chest. Okay. We can cook stuff. Berry juice. Cooking table. The oven. We can fuel the oven. It has 0 fuel currently. It takes coal and firewood and sticks with a different efficiency each. The hatch is closed. Okay. Exit. I've played this ages ago, not for long, I have to admit. Ah, I hold down the button. Holy Sard, I'm a skull. Are you Gary? Why would you think I'm Gary? A man with a red eye told me that I need to dig up Gary. A red eye, I remember. Oh, Sard, is that his word for shit? That's right, I'm Gary. How did you find me? The man told me that you'd answer all my questions. Good, but first let me ask you, who are you and where this side are we? I must be dreaming. None of this can be real. Oh, you're the new Graveyardkeeper. What else do I remember? Let me think. I remember that sound. Let's go check it out. Everything is so strange, and none of this makes sense, I would agree. I definitely remember that bell, and a donkey. What? You know, I think it'll be better if I wait here for you, and I might scare the poor thing. I missed that other part he told me. The donkey. The donkey's not happy. Got a fresh corpse from the town. Wow, a talking donkey. You can understand me? Let's talk. Who are you? I'm cheap labor. This cart isn't mine, so I have to work for the capitalist bastard who owns it. And I only earn 5 carrots a day. This situation is deeply humiliating. You know, where I'm coming from... You know where I'm coming from, right, comrade? The bastard pretends that he doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Anyway, I need to go back to the town. You get rid of this one, and I'll bring you a new one. Darksiders is in the trash bin. It's in the crap pit with all the other shit games where it belongs. I'm really angry with it right now. What are you staring at? Grab that juicy corpse while it's fresh. It's already lost freshness. What for? I feel like we should take it to the morgue. I don't remember why exactly. But I'm pretty sure it'll be fun and it might be profitable. You could watch the video back if you're interested. Castlevania depends on my mood if I feel strong enough to try that later on. I don't think so. Use E to pick up and drop large items. Well, the short version. The short version is the first game and the second game. They are not all bad, but they are ported to the PC in such a lazy way that it was impossible for me to control the boss fight that we had in front of us, and the boss fight was worse than all the ones in the first game combined. I couldn't even see anything because my camera was in the grass, or I was clipping into the enemy, or you know, I used a guide to try to figure out what the hell was going on, but I couldn't shoot from horseback unless I reset the controls to default, and the default controls don't work for me, so I decided to call it there forever. Yeah, I can't use a controller because of my hand, and I can use a keyboard and a mouse, but only efficiently when I am allowed to customize the keys, and I was allowed to do that, but the horse and me, we couldn't do our job because I couldn't shoot and I couldn't properly aim, and then I could do that, but it didn't work afterwards. So, and that was only half the fight. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And I didn't feel like Castlevania now, so I came up with something else. That's not about camera angles. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'll have to see how this works here. This feels like home. Put the body on the autopsy table and then slice some flesh from the corpse. What? This isn't right. Sure, it's not right. How could I forget? Maybe because I'm a talking skull with amnesia. Is it right that you don't know where you are? Is it right that I'm a skull? Nothing is right here. Now shut the sod up and do what I tell you. You promise you tell me how to get home. We just need to trade the meat in the village tavern for a beer. Talking skulls never lie. And then bring the beer to me. Yeah, of course. We've unlocked a new technology and got a blueprint for a preparation place, a pallet, and we can extract flesh. How, let's do an autopsy. Flesh. Extract. Create burger. Create sandwich. Create baked meat. That's disgusting. You'll get used to it. So, what should I do with the corpse? I don't know, let's bury it. Take the corpse, I'll wait for you in the graveyard. It's foggy. Hi. Let's bury it. Use the blueprint desk at the graveyard, mark a site for the grave, then dig it with your shovel. Carefully put the body, or whatever remains of it, in the grave, bury and decorate. You do not use goat skulls and upside down stars for decoration. Well, that's an invitation, isn't it? A grave site, okay. Alright, okay, there's a lot of space here. Some overgrown graves. Let's put one here. And now I shovel it. And that costs blue things. And then it's -2 stuffs. And then I put the corpse inside. I can see my footsteps. Oops. That's +1 stuff. Nicely done. This burial certificate. I remember money, alcohol. I'm sure you used to like it. What? Here comes the bishop. He's your boss. Ask him about this burial certificate. He should know something. I'll be in the morgue waiting for my beer. Yeah. You're not gonna get that. Hear me, I'm so tired. Why? Why do I have to come here every week? Well, I don't know. The new keeper. We've been expecting him for 30 years, but he pretends there's nothing wrong. Hello? I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your graveyard is a mess. There's no way I'm promoting you to cleric until you fix it. Okay, current location, important location information, the graveyard quality. Alright, okay, the church appeal. The church appeal. Repair graves to increase the graveyard's overall quality. You'll probably need special resources. You've unlocked a wooden marker. As soon as your graveyard quality is at least 5, I'll be pleased to promote you. My graveyard quality. You look like a spiritual leader, and I'm a good judge of character. What? Work is coming. See you later, TV Fish. Don't worry about it. See you later. Take care. Keep stuff in the trunk. Check the trunk. He comes here every symbol. Why is it you come here? It's part of my duty, the unpleasant part. It's kind of an old tradition. I don't know much about all the traditions and rituals. I'm just here to represent his might and glory. Tiny question. What is the burial certificate? As soon as a body has been laid to rest, you can trade its burial certificate for money at the village tavern. Yay. So, how can I fix the graveyard? I'm not the keeper. Bye. Repair kits. Okay, to craft new items you'll need to unlock the technology. Red is handcrafting and work with materials. Green is knowledge about nature things. And blue is your spiritual knowledge. You'll get your first blue stuff at the study table in the church basement. You earn points simply by doing anything. Also, you can get points by studying new items at a special table. Stone pile. What? Stockpile. Timber stockpile. Ooh, that's a lot. This is kind of a timer, right? And the bishop comes when this appears. Cancel. The art of stone. Some secret things. So I would need 5 red and 2 green to discover how to make flitch and billet. But that's only one thing. Oh, okay. So many things to learn. Cookery. Crookery. Then the NPCs. And quests for them. That's probably relationship status. There's a map. Home sweet home. The morgue. The graveyard. And I have this. And I've got a flesh. You can study that, huh? Got a repair kit. A stone repair kit. In the trunk. In this trunk. Alright. Take them. Oh, look at this. You see where it's ugly. Ugly here. So if I fix the wooden cross here. Okay. It doesn't add anything to the grave. But why is it a -3 then? Alright, I can add fences and gravestones. And I can remove the shrubbery. Okay, I should do that first. Negative 28. Oh god. I mean, he said the graveyard is a mess, so let's take care of that. We are, after all, the keeper. And it costs something. The blue stuff. Is that my stamina, or... I've got no active perks. Oh well. Seems like I can fix maybe also the fence and the spooky tree. Oh yeah, this is much more relaxing than suffering in Darksiders, isn't it? Okay. So if I fix the wood marker, it adds 0.4 quality to the grave, and it will use 5 energy in one of my repair kit things. Okay, so +1. Can't add a fence. And I want to see how I can fix these here. That would add 1, and it would use half my stone repair shenanigans. Ah, but that's good. I'm not sure why this wouldn't add anything. Ah, see, it would. It would. Pretty graveyard. Oh, I don't have enough. I can also remove things. Fair enough. Yeah, indeed. Very grave problems. And crap weather. Do these count? Oh, they don't make my graveyard pretty though. This. The area is closed due to cultist activity. Please address any concerns to the Inquisitor. Uh-huh. So, my old graveyard is at negative 13. A flower bed. Would you look at that? 2 red flowers, 2 stones, and peat. Ah, well, that's going to be hard work. Could add a new grave site, but that's probably not going to make it prettier. Gonna go to the morgue. No? Maybe I can go to the tavern, sell the certificate or whatever he said. Giving it to them. The skull said I can trade the meat, right? It can't be good. That's one of those red flowers. Oh. Acquired a red flower. It's half a grave site. Oh, crap. It's pouring. Oh, it's red stuff o'clock. Very, very, very hardcore grave problems here. So, Sid, you've been suffering at the hands of Assassin's Creed, huh? Isn't it a pity that some games just... The Dead Horse Tavern. Slowly plowing, okay. Ah well, earlier with Darksiders that was just... Who are these guys? I'm not in a good mood, go away. He's not talking at all. Ah, bad luck, not today, okay. Hi. Welcome to the Dead Horse Tavern. I'm Horadric. Now, how can I help you? I came from the graveyard. I woke up here today and things have been crazy since then. Sorry, how could I not have recognized you? Good. This is good. What? Things are looking bright for our small village. When are you planning on opening the church? I need to fix the graveyard first. Sure. It's been a while since anybody took care of it. So let's get down to business, shall we? How can I help you? About this certificate. The bishop told me that you would buy my burial certificate. Yes, he's right. As the head of the village, according to the ancient contract, I have to trade it for money. Yay. Only if I have any money. What do you mean? The village is going through hard times. We're short on money. But as soon as you open the church, pilgrims will bring lots of shiny coins to the village. I'd like to trade you some fresh meat. It's a delicacy. I'd be glad to buy it. I just need to see the royal meat stamp on it. Okay. Many years ago there was an accident with an inappropriate meat. Ever since, all meat must be approved by a royal authority. And I don't need any trouble with the town. Does your meat have a stamp? No. I don't even want to know where you can get unauthorized meat, but wow, it looks really good. But without a stamp, my hands are tied. Where can I get this stamp? Oh, you can send a form to the royal court through the mailbox near the church, but it'll cost you a bundle. There's another way. I'll tell you just because we're neighbors. Come closer. Shush. Is this guy called Snake? I think he has a fake royal stamp. But to be honest, I haven't seen him for a while. You can ask Miss Charm. She comes here every red stuff time. I bet she can help you find Snake. Thanks. Trade. Could you kindly take this letter to our local blacksmith? Sure. He's in the southeast corner. Okay. Baked salmon. Salmon, sorry. I can't pronounce it. Onion rings. You get beer thirst if you eat those. So he doesn't buy anything I have. Oh, he does get the... Okay. So I've got 150. A mug of beer. It has different stats. 524 and 518, and this one is cheaper. We buy the cheap beer for the skull. We have 1 silver, 20 copper still. What are the boobity boop? What? You wanna be loved by me? Is she singing? Is that also the lady who can take us to Snake? I'm a graveyard keeper and I want to ask you some questions. I'm totally not a creep. You know how many times a day I hear that same mumbling? I have no time for you, little man. Come back when you have more faith in yourself. Thought she was... But... Hey, friend, can I have a moment? Yes, naturally. What did Miss Charm tell you? Literally to go away. Always so classy. She would never talk to just anyone. I'm not just anyone, I'm the local graveyard keeper. Owning our role already. Soon to be prior of the local church. How primitive. I'm a well-known poet in certain small circles. My name is Wagner. One day I'll read my poem to her and then we'll... But first I need to write it and I'm catastrophically out of paper and ink. Maybe you can get some. Yeah, right, of course. First thing, you notice the little things about people, but put these things together and you have a story. Sometimes you can get stories from dialogues. It's a new technology. Where can I find paper and ink? You may have some of it in your church, or you can make it. I'm just not used to manual labor, but a skillful man such as you can surely do it easily. Also, you could get some from the old astrologer. He used to go to the lighthouse every moon thingy. He was my supplier before he had this ridiculous fight. Where's the lighthouse? It's on a cliff to the east of the village. It hasn't seen active use for a while. Bless the dead horse for staying open. One day I'll write a poem about this place, but maybe even a couple of lines about you. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna ask about the astrologer now. What's with the statue here? And who's the other person? You must be the new graveyard keeper, so I've been told. How did you know? Oh, if you live as long as I have, you'll probably learn how to read people too. But where's my manners? I'm Miss Chain, Roderick's wife. Nice to meet you. I have a few questions. You better talk with my husband. He's in charge around here. He's not only the tavern keeper, but also the elected head of the village. Besides, he really does like to talk. All I can do is to sell you some recipes. Better talk with my husband, okay? Trade. Or pies, no thanks. But didn't he talk to me about Miss Chain or Charm? That was a bit confusing. Get a beer. Yeah, we did that. Find a stamp. Miss Chain. Miss Charm. I think he meant her because of the symbol. Alright, so let's get the beer to the skull. That makes sense. Southeast was the blacksmith, right? He needs a ladder. Let's have a look around. The game has bounty hunters who patrol areas. They start over-leveled compared to you, so you should avoid them. And when you're at the same level finally, they are still quite tough. Ah, okay. So super enemies. Hi, who are you? Pass to the town is closed. You need a town pass. Smithy. Cool. Hi. What are you staring at? Nothing, just looking around. I think I'm the keeper. I think I'm the keeper of the local graveyard. May I ask who you are? Unfortunately, I'm the local blacksmith. My name is Creswell. Here's a letter for you. I have a letter for you. Here you go. Of course, 1 minute away and he can't be bothered to come himself. I guess old habits never die. Thank you, sorry for my nagging. It seems it's my new habit. Slimes again. Roderick has asked me to get rid of them. I don't have the time for those pesky little green bastards, but maybe you can help. Take this rusty sword and an energy potion. The sword is broken, but you can repair it with whetstone on the grinder. Right behind me. You can keep the whetstone. Maybe you need it to repair some chocolates. If you manage to kill them, bring me their remains and I'll spare you some material. Right up the other side of my house near the puddles. Okay. Actions take energy, we saw that already. Crafting and so on. You can always refill your health and energy with food and potions. Sleeping will also restore both. Right. Ooh. Cool. And we want to repair that. The user interface is very functional. Oh, I don't have enough power. Use the potion, that's better. The Plivy. Alright, there they are. Oh, how do I attack them? Ah, space. Space is for attacking. Here's your slimes. Good job. Just take this whetstone, just sharpen your broken tools and they will do this. You can now create green jelly and red jelly. I found some simple iron parts. Okay. Is it going to use up the whole stone? It has condition 5. Repairing. Ah, we still have it. Just lost 5%. Okay, so that goes one to one. I see. I found a story. Maybe tell that to the poet? Eggs! Are we an egg thief? I have unlocked omelette and fried egg. No, I can buy them. Alright, and a feather. But it's good to be curious, eh? What's this all about? I could fuel that and cook. Fishing spot, yay! Village, river, swamp and sea have them. Those are reeds that we can't interact with. Yeah, I don't dare to go for another Assassin's Creed yet. The finest dairy products in the village. Do you have any fresh? We're not like those folks from the town. I bet they even eat human flesh. Okay, we've got some flowers here. Does it always rain in this game? That snake? No, that's the shepherd. Oh, he has Pete. That's what I need for the flower beds. Hi, I'm Tress. I'm the Graveyardkeeper. Nice to meet you. If you need some wooden materials, I'd be happy to help. For stone materials, you can visit Corey. Oh, he's got repair stuff. And other wooden shenanigans. Hi, don't even think about chopping trees here. I know, I'm just exploring. Good. I've paid a lot to the village for the right to chop the trees around here. And I gotta tell you, it's hard work. If only I had a better axe. What if I brought you one? I haven't made much money yet, I don't even have a house. But I can teach you my old family recipe. It's a nice pasta. It'll help you keep your stamina up while you're working. So the woodcutter needs a new woodcutting tool, of course. Alright. That's the woodcutter. There's the stone dude, I bet. Let's see if we can go through here. Apparently we can. That must be Corey then. Yes, I'm the Graveyardkeeper. If you need some stone materials, I'll be happy to help you. For wooden materials and also they talk exactly the same. We just sell other things though. 29 for a piece of stone. I can probably work on that myself. Let's see, what do the quests say? Oh, find a stamp, bring the letter to Creso and return. So I need to tell the innkeeper that I did his thing. Everybody's standing in the rain outside. It's weird. It's good you know how to use a sword. Creswell told me about how you helped him. Have a beer, it's on the house. Oh crap. Yeah, so now I have 2 beers. One's for me then. Fair enough. Alright. Iron axe. Did the donkey want anything? We don't know. This is an odd game. What's here? The past is closed until this symbol here. Arrow upwards. The Witch Hill. Okay. Getting dark, maybe I should sleep. Psst, come here. Where you been? Was it the village? The place feels weird. You're stealing my thoughts. I remember there's a cellar in your cottage. Some provisions must be stored there. You've unlocked a new technology. Gathering mushrooms, apples, and berries. Okay. And dough, and bread, and onion. Bring me beer and I'll tell you a lot of important stuff. Blub 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 blub. Blurpy blurb. So that gives me green resources. Picking flowers and mushrooms. There's the garden. Property in forfeiture. For commercial use contact the tavern owner. Claim property thingy. Clean up the backyard here as well. Okay, what's this? Install wooden logs and stones. And this is a blueprint desk to access the building interface. Some objects will be built immediately, some of them will need a little extra work. Your hammer. Ah, I've also got a grindstone. What's this? Ooh. I work myself tired here. Riches as well. Something I could do. Not enough energy. No, but let's have a sleep, right? Oh look, the basement. What's that sound? Damn gate. I'll come here every night if I have to, but I'll get through eventually. That's a shifty fella. I can remove this and fortify it. Clear it out. I need a lot of energy. Wooden planks and wooden wedges. Okay. Recipe. Baked mushrooms and baked apple. And we can build another trunk here. Let's have a sleep. Oh, okay, you can decide to wake up before you're sleeping all day. But I want full energy. Yay! I'm so refreshed. Not good at all. Who do you think you are? I'm the new Graveyardkeeper. A kipper! Wow, I've been here for... How long? I'm Yorick. I'm so lonely. Wait, no. I'm very glad to see you. But we do have a rather unpleasant fellow buried here. We'd really like to have a new neighbor instead. That sounds like something you can help us with. I'm not exactly sure why I'm here, actually. Gary only told me about burying bodies. You're Yorick and he's Gary. Funny. The half-dead skull, that jealous bastard. You can only dream of what a peaceful rest we're having. It's terrible, especially that guy down in the lower right corner grave. He's so mean. Oh, this is so silly. Could you just get rid of him? Just dig him up and throw him in the river. I can even give you this license that I stole back when I was alive. What license? You're such a dummy. To dig up a corpse you need a license. The old keeper used to buy them through the mailbox near the church. To dig up a corpse. Why would I want that? Okay, let's see. I don't want to eat that. Can I eat anything else? Wait, didn't I pick mushrooms? Oh, maybe I don't make them there. Ah, okay, baked mushrooms, 5 of them. Was there a recipe here as well? Oh, that's different. So this is cooking and this is the other cooking. Well, that's going to confuse me. Okay, let's do some cleanup work. Make it all look a bit better. Also, I could try to find out if I can... don't stockpile yard space increase. Finish this. Outhouse? Can't even use it. Rude. So... I can't access it. Bit odd. And I can repair my stuff here. Okay, well, the skull wanted a beer, right? Is he in the morgue now? Probably is. Yeah, there he is, the bugger. Where's my beer? Here. Stop talking. I think I need something stronger. Alright, you seem like a decent guy, so here's some advice. Stop running around bragging that you are from another world. Today you whisper that to a drinking buddy in a tavern, and tomorrow your face is on every pole in the town. If you want to keep yours, just stop. Maybe he's right, I should be more careful. So what was your question? Questions! How can I get home? I'm sure you could use the portal on Witch Hill. Do I need to turn it on? I obviously don't have a brain inside here, so I'm not sure where this knowledge is coming from. I've told you everything I can remember. Maybe some books from the library could help you. Wow, the church has a library in its cellar. Or maybe the astrologer knows something. He's smart. He used to steal books from libraries when he was a kid. How can I get to the library? Obviously through the church, and I think your wine cellar might be connected to the church cellar. Aha! Even the morgue is connected. Don't forget some wine. Yeah, okay. I heard a bell. What's with the astrologer? His wine was the best, and he was a big friend of the lighthouse keeper. They used to hang out at the lighthouse every moon thingy. Okay. I think I heard the bell. Yeah. There's a body. Wait. No. Here. See? Let's see what else can we do. Ah, I need 2 flitch thingies for this. Fix the corpse hatch. That sounds good. Yay. We can send them down directly, probably. Do I get a flitch? Oh, I need to... Okay, I need to fix both sides. That makes sense, I guess. I can't wait too long. This is for removal. Right, I can dig up the other guy. But I wanted to see if I can't build anything here. Not with what I have. Well, let's dig up the person then. Feels a bit weird. So, yeah, I'm out of repair kits. Is this the mailbox they talked about? Opens when the church is open. Ah, I need more stone, and then I can build flower beds. Let's see, does that count? Yes. Give me stone. Awesome. So you get a flower bed after we fix you. Yay. Oh, I can't do that now. Right, wasn't there an option for a flower bed somewhere? I saw that. Ah, here. Oh, it's between the graves. But it adds +2. Ah. Oh yeah, I can't fix those anymore now. Need more wooden things. Alright. So let's see. The Ghost of Christmas Past. He did give me a quest to exhume directly. I'll probably don't. Okay. Let's look. So, if I want to clear this, I need material that I don't have. Oh, I can put stuff back. Yeah, okay. Well, the fact that the button for dropping the corpse and going outside is the same one is a bit weird. Those graves are all full. Build a grave site there. Dig it up, put the body in. Oh, but it's ugly. Oh, that's better. Okay, and we got a certificate, and then that I can now go. I can go back to town and trade that for another silver and a bit. I see. The thing is that I want to build stuff myself. Can I cut down trees now? I can. Oh, they are so big I can take only one. Not like in real life where I take 4.5 trees at once. And I can put them there. Okay. Fair enough. Couldn't have chopped down that tree because it's so far away. Right. Oh, this is confusing. There are no tools that I could create here. I can repair my things. I see what I stored. This is all. I'm gonna go back to town and sell the certificate, I guess. Yeah, it's not. Darksiders went into the trash bin. It's trash. Unplayable. There was a boss fight. It was completely unplayable. And I couldn't be bothered to try longer than I did, and I decided to not bother with the rest of the series at all. I might give Genesis a try because that's top-down perspective. There's the donkey, bringing a new corpse. And I can't really tell you if I'm in the mood for Castlevania now or not, because the games are similar after all. So I'm chilling a bit in Graveyardkeeper, hoping that it's more entertaining than me shouting in games. Yeah, it was kind of necessary. Let's ask about the garden. I found an abandoned garden near the graveyard. Can you tell me anything about it? It was seized by the merchant to cover someone's debts. I can't find anybody who will make any use of it. I can give you permission to use the garden. Who else would agree to grow crops near the graveyard? Sounds great, but you still need to talk to the merchant. It's not exactly proper to give you permission without his approval, but it'll be fine if you just promise to settle the details with him later. Sure. I'll talk to him. He comes every quake symbol to the tavern. Who are the robed? Oh, those are monks. And who are you? Does he want the stories I have? Ding ding ding, new corpse, ding ding ding. Yeah, I think it might just be something I can do for a bit. But that just did the rest for today, that game. And then I felt kind of lost as to what to pick. It's a good thing that you viewers, you will pick tomorrow's games, right? Hopefully. I couldn't really find a good extension for voting, so I just used draw poll for now. Oh. So we put them on the autopsy table, no? Did we? Right. Where's the lighthouse? Oh yeah, Badger was linking that. But thank you, Sid. Maybe someone else has missed out on it. Oh, this is... Can I just change the controls? Oh, that doesn't help. Oh, God. I have special needs when it comes to controls. I hate it when it doesn't work. And another gravesite. Let's put one there. One there. And as long as I don't dig them both up, they don't reduce the graveyard's prettiness. Okay. I'm happy that I put the flower bed in. There you are, buried. Could put another flower bed in actually to increase the prettiness. Oh, out of energy. Oh god. Let's have a beer. That helps. Oh, what's that? There's another blueprint table thing. Crematorium. Okay. I do have enough peat for more flower beds, right? Yes. What we need is red flowers, and I want to bake some mushrooms. That's a white flower. Okay, cool. I didn't talk to the merchant now, because he's not there yet. But I think gardening is already possible. We can build an empty garden bed here. Here and here. Okay. So let's dig one up. And we can plant fertilizer. Interesting. More stone, which I can store here, I think, or not. Right. I'm missing recipes to craft anything. That's a bit weird. Right, let's craft food. Oh, we don't have any fuel. Right. Alright, it's timing based. Fair enough. So, if I understood it correctly, I need to talk to Snake to get the fake meat seal. And Miss Charm is going to introduce me. Until then, we need a bottle of wine from below the church basement, which we can access from the graveyard basement or this here basement. Ooh, grain. Alright, the skull told me that. Nice. Out of energy. Oh, I hope the mushrooms are not... No, they don't burn. Okay. Can I prepare... Need 3 water. I have... Exactly... Where did... Oh, now I have 20 water. Okay. Now I can make bread. But I'm tired, so I can't. So I use this to get more energy. Make more things that give me energy. Right? Snake! Exactly. But yeah, the story of Darksiders will end with the second one. Genesis, since it is a different approach with the camera perspective, might be something, but I already read about it that it has camera issues. So I will probably just skip it. The third and Genesis. I don't even own the third, so I don't need to buy that. And Genesis is on the Xbox Game Pass, so I can just forget about it. Up to the boss fight, it was okay. It was really mostly fun, even. But that was completely unplayable. I had no idea what to do. The camera was not working. I couldn't shoot from horseback. It was all very, very crappy. Not worth my time. Nope. The Elden Ring comes out next year, doesn't it? But it's now they showed the first gameplay. Okay, I can get rid of these. Oh, this is where I get some of those resources that I don't otherwise have access to. Nice. Here, a flitch and nails and stuff. I'll nom nom some more. Oh, did I miss the merchant? Merchant comes. On Quake Sign. Okay, that's far away. Yeah, in January next year. Okay. Oh, and the snake person is running around in my basement wanting to access the gate that is here. This one. So much mushroom stew. Nails. Cool. I think I can build something in the morgue now that will help me. And I think I can access the morgue from here also if I do that, but that would also allow the snake person to come in. I need 10 wooden wedges and 2 planks. I can't do that yet. This the same? Yes. Okay. The Inquisitor! I've just seen the Inquisitor right nearby going up the path to Witch Hill. He'll kill me. I'm down. I'll distract him. Make sure the Inquisitor is looking for Gary. Place for stones. Yeah, and then I couldn't put the stones there. That was weird. Ah, it's not enough for any of these. Okay. But let's have power bread. So we can talk to the Inquisitor properly. Yes, the Witch Hill. Many a question has been asked about it. That's more work. Everything is ready, Monsignor. Good. Were there any problems? No, except there was this strange fella snooping around. Oh, there he is. Halt. Hold? You hold. Calm down. I live here at the graveyard. He calls us guys. Why is he... He's a cultist for certain. I'm the Graveyardkeeper. Then you're definitely a new one. I feel that you're telling the truth. Would you join me at the witch burning ceremony? No. I have a rather weak stomach, so... Move, it was an offer. So, how did you find yourself in such an interesting position? Dodge the question. Well, it just happened. There's nothing special to say. You're definitely hiding something, and I'll find out what. Here I am, the Great Inquisitor. I protect the one true faith and humankind itself. We're having a tough time in the town. The ship of the dead is already overloaded, and there's a new one stuck in the shipyard. Your graveyard is opening again at a suspiciously auspicious time. The dark cold is rising. I can feel it. Righteous anger rises with it in my soul. We've burned thousands of witches and heretics for 30 years, and it's only the beginning. Oh, I'm missing the burning ritual. Long live the great Inquisitor. Uh-huh. So, you work with a lot of dead bodies, huh? Yeah, I think that's part of my job. And you live right beside this hill near the graveyard, right? Yes. Interesting. You know, I need someone to be my friend here at the village. A friend of mine is a friend of the Holy Inquisition. I don't trust the villagers. They don't go to church and even refuse to lay in their graves after death. But you're new here. You might notice something unusual.
Nobody expects the Spanish, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Right? Nobody does. I'll earn his trust. Hey, Portraits, welcome. Okay. I hope I can ignore him from now on. Communist donkey. We met him. He called us comrade. Let's see. Ah, right. This is how I can just click on it to learn it. Ah, that explains so much. I want to this and that. I'm out of red things. Ah, see, now that makes it easier. I forgot that I can just click on that. I thought I had to build a tech thing. What do you call it? A research table. I thought I needed a research table to learn. How's it going, Poetrix? Can I repair this? Yay! Corpse, hatch, corpse, hatch, corpse. Oh, come on. Have another bread. Yay. Oh, I guess the donkey will automatically put them there. Okay, what do I need to repair this? Another simple iron part. Okay, oh, I need more red to learn more about the corpses. Beekeeping. Decay. Ugh. I guess we need to know that. Hidden technology. Okay, so we gotta get busy with the dead bodies. I guess I'll bury it. I mean, it will stay fresh for a minute, right? And now I can find out how to build more tools and such. Yes, okay. A sawhorse. I once saw a horse named Timothy. Right, and here I can make glitches and billets. Oh, come on. I need to do this. Cool. And then we can build a stone cutter. That's a big one. Build it here. Oh, that's very warm. Next Wednesday I might not stream because we are supposedly getting 30 degrees outside in the shade. So it will be, I don't know how warm in here. Can be extracted from iron veins in the mountains. Okay. Let's see, what else? Shopping spot. Alright. Well, we've got some spare trees here. Oh, I need another technology for that. Here. This tree will do. Yeah, it is. It is not really comfortable. No, you are correct. Most of the time, I'm really okay when I take a break and have the ventilation going. I just ordered a new ventilation thingy, and it didn't arrive yet, I think. But I need to vent some air into the room later. So I need more of these. Oh, it automatically takes from storage. Oh, that is good. That should be enough for the chopping thing. Chopping spot. Put that there. And I can make wedges out of billets. And I needed those to open up the basement, right? Remove the cube. And I can also make firewood. I think I need to either sleep or make more food. Can I make more food? Yes. Not without energy. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, the meat. Oh no, don't do it. Don't eat it. Eat the humans. And now that I set it there, it's okay. Let's sleep for a bit. It's astrologer time, but I'm not going to work over there now. Walk over there. Sorry. Right. So the delicious human meat. Oh, I don't really want to eat that. Ah, that feels uncomfortable. I could sell it to someone. Okay, and now we can cook it out of firewood. We can change that. I just made some. Meanwhile, I need 2 wooden planks and 4 of these iron parts. That takes a bit. Can finish this. Right, this is where we cut stone. Oh, clay is also necessary. Let's dig this up. This is a very chill game. I like it. It's a good change to what we had before. But this is not where the stone goes that I just mined there, huh? Okay. I might be able to learn something now. Soft parts and hard parts. Simple gravestones. Ah, that sounds like it's helpful. No, more manual labor is required. I guess I craft the stones over there at the church directly. Now we have some baked goods. Can we prepare something here? 2 bread, 4 meat, and an onion to make burgers to give me a steady hand. To reduce the chance of a surgical error. Oh, look at that. You can increase the quality of some products to increase the outcome. I did not expect that level of complexity, honestly. But, you know, for what it's worth, not bad. Let's make more bread. Oco Life. It's like Animal Crossing. What's Animal Crossing again? What? Is that like a management game, or is it more like like an RPG? I think I might need to sleep a bit. It's Purple Day. What was that again? Purple Day was something. Not important right now. Yeah, I guess we can get sandwich. I guess we can get the graveyard up to speed now, right? Bread with eggs and milk and cabbage. Oh, cabbage seeds would be grand. Oh, you can also increase the order size. Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay. I like it. I'm gonna make some. Animal Crossing is a game where you are in debt to a cute animal who will crush your kneecaps if you don't pay up. A village so a bit like Stardew Valley. You know, with social interaction and management features. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, sometimes a chill game is what you need, right? Like today, I needed this. Much more than other things. Okay, go outside. I need another technology for the old trees. I can dig up tree stumps though. That I can do. This is just for removing things. Bad weather again. And kick it. Go in there. I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'll figure out how to upgrade my morgue, because I feel like my morgue is crap. Oh right, the hinge. It's all hinging on the hinge. I put that in the ground. It's been here forever. Oh, I hate that. It's the same button for dropping the body and exiting the thing. Anyway. Oh, the bishop, the guy here. He comes every purple thing. Yeah. I remember now. Right. So we can improve the graves now. I thought I could craft the upgrades here. kind of expected to be able to do that. Let's see. What's this? Rubble. There's a hole in the ground. Locked. Berries. Yay, berries. There's a broken bridge here. Which I could theoretically repair for just 8 nails and 1 plank and a few glitches. Funny little word. I see 2 red flowers. Good. Oh, I guess my inventory is full. Destroy. I hope they stack. Yes. Right. So, I would need to... Transplanting. Berry bush and apple trees. Okay, cool. Crafted at carpenter's workbench. That's what I need. Woodworking. See, this is the one. I need 20 red resources to be able to do that. But I guess I'll do some cleanup work here. Can't lock that. What's this? Big piece of stone. A bat. Oh no! It's probably dangerous. And I also found iron in my backyard. Okay, cool. And I gotta store some stuff. See if I can craft something. Don't have enough firewood for that. Or more. Berries and apples for juice. Okay. Mining. But first I want this here. Well, I could store some more wood for later. It's a technology. I wonder why. Gonna put this up. It would be nice if you would get small amounts for carrying heavy things. Small amounts of red knowledge. Do. Water. For free, kind of. And prepare the fields here. Oh, that doesn't give me any knowledge. Ooh. Woo woo woo. Aha! Gravestones. We might need some of those. I didn't check. So, a piece of stone. I can downgrade. That takes a lot of energy. It was nearly enough. Build some more. But you only get the reward when you finish it. Okay. Fair enough. But I can eat all the bread, so. Yeah. Carpenter's bench. Come here. We are in dire need of your help. Also... beekeeping. Nice. Get more gravestones. Okay, what do I need for the bench? Here. Oh, another iron part. Need to buy some in town, I guess. It's kind of interesting that I need to remember buy some things if I want to do this efficiently. I can buy enough in town with that. I'm currently out of energy. This needs more firewood. A wooden marker adds 1 to the grave. And this adds 2 to the grave. So the gravestone is the better option unless I'm really desperate. Yeah. Alright. I ate the bad meat. What about the wooden framework thing? Where was that? Oh, I had that already. At the carpenter's bench. Yeah, right. Makes sense. Okay. I guess. I'll beautify the graves real quick. Gravestones. Can I replace this? Maybe I want to repair it, right? Here, you get gravestone. Awesome. You get gravestone. More awesome. Gotta make it pretty. We're at -7. Remove the wooden cross. Put in beautiful gravestone. Aha! That looks much better already. Is a broken cross better than no cross? No, not really, but at least I placed it there. I know there are more efficient ways to deal with the food situation. But I'm busy and I need to get to town to do some shopping. Oh. I'll take this. Follows me. Nice. Nasty mushrooms. Half past 6. Can help them with their bushes of ugliness. Let's see. Great, I can sell them. Yay. Right. Bye. I'm gonna guess that the blacksmith has what I want. And he lived down here somewhere. There. Ooh, do I need your stuff? Use this? No. This? No. Where do I find metal ore? In swamp soil. In the... Yeah, okay. Before the bridge collapsed. Furnace. Swamp iron. Oh, I learned that for free. Kinda. Ooh, that's expensive. Let's get 2. Our immediate needs. Double checking. I don't see what it costs to build it. Crap. I think 2 of them. I hope. Otherwise I'm in trouble. It's a lot of walking back and forth if you're not really planning ahead a lot. I better plan ahead a lot. I saw at the tavern or somewhere else, that there was a teleport stone option. Oh, that's gonna be important. I can't retrace my steps. That's kind of neat. Okay, I need another flitch. There you go. Totally flitched. And now I can build the carpenter's workbench. Yeah. Ooh, that's big. Who's here? I can increase the yard space as well. The furnace costs 4 of these. I see. But this is gonna be good. Yeah. Oh, they need nails as well. For graves, I can make fences out of those. And a wooden marker out of those, okay. Let's make 2 more. Right. Complex iron parts. No way. So grave fences 3. Now I can't remember what I needed in the morgue to upgrade that. Out of fuel. Unfortunate. Does it take a whole tree trunk? No, but it takes the firewood. Okay. I keep forgetting that I can add more with this side stepping. So, don't need to get that out of there. Have some bread. A wooden marker. Well, better than... Oh, wait, no, it's not better. Remove that. A wooden cross, if anything. This would be perfect. The nails are... kind of important. Hey, Wiggles, welcome. How's it going? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I'm chilling out a lot right now with this one. Ah, so I would have needed another iron part for this to come up. And these needed 4. So if I buy 4. Oh, I'm not sure if I can do wooden beams yet. No. Right? I would need Axeman. A circular saw. Oh, that's advanced tech. Right. It is the chill pill that I needed today. Improvements for the garden, but also primitive forging. Add a wooden anvil. What? An anvil out of wood? I have not heard of that technological wonder. Okay, it also needs to. Bloody hell. Let's make some more bread. Because we can. Okay. That's gonna take a bit. Meanwhile, I can go shopping again. But yeah, Graveyardkeeper seems to be an interesting game with a lot of rewards if you plan ahead and can remember numbers and symbols or items. Well, which I can't, so I'm walking to town a lot currently. He's flickering a bit, that's odd. Oh, it's Quake Day, that was important for something. The merchant. See, I knew there was something. A morbid Stardew. Yeah, maybe like that. A merchant here. He wasn't there before. He's the merchant. Greetings. He's drunk also. I was planning to keep silent, so I'm telling him that I'm from another world. Okay. Mine is a world of grandeur. Cure his hiccups. Talk about the garden. Horadric gave me permission to use the garden near the church. I need to discuss the terms of use with you. Oh, I had totally forgot about that, Wade. It costs me so little. But of course, that was so many years ago, and due to inflation and the good soil right now, it's quite a valuable commodity. 10 gold, that's too much. Okay, what about 5? That's too much. I'm short of money, maybe we can discuss some kind of barter? I see. You're a poor man who wants to earn a little money by growing crops. We can discuss the terms of your rent. But first, let's see how good a farmer you are. You deliver a batch of carrots, cabbages, and beets, and I'll see you as a serious business partner, and we'll make a long-term deal that's profitable for both parties. What do you say? Deal. So he gets the first harvest. Small favor. What the? Stomach problems. Hiccup grass. In the swamp. Sure. Hiccup grass. I'm not gonna scare him to cure him of his hiccups. Yeah, it doesn't have the falling in love part, but it's very much Stardew, apart from that. So, I can buy another 4. Yup. Okay, so that was good. Now, I hope I can make what I need to improve the morgue. And then we'll see about the rest. But, I mean, you can take your time. I don't know if there's a time limit on this game or not. There's a day and night cycle, and at certain intervals there are different people you can interact with. You have limited energy, so at some point you need to either sleep or eat a lot of food. I'm not sure if you can go completely without sleeping, but probably. You also have a health bar, and you can fight with your sword, which costs energy, so you basically manage your energy a lot. Repair. There you go. Repair. And now we can build a pallet and a preparation place, but for that we need lots of nails. At least the pallet should be something, right? 4 nails and 6 flitches. This is our morgue, where we get bodies delivered so we can put them into the graveyard. And then we'll have to make the graveyard pretty, right? So the wooden anvil needs to... Wooden billets. We get 4, I think, or 3? 4. Wooden anvil. Can't get past that. So, wooden anvil. Placed. Right, and if we have iron ingot, we can make nails and simple iron parts. So maybe we can find some ingot, for example. Oh, I'm out of energy. I have some bread. And everything you do gives you a different type of knowledge, and you use that knowledge to research a new technology or learn something new, right? So mining would be next for me, so I need 1 more green that I get from cooking, for example. Or flower picking, or other shenanigans. There you go. That would be enough already. I can learn about mining. I can gather ore and coal and can make a stockpile for those. Hey, the shark! Welcome. It's going well. How's it going? How's it going on your end? I had to quit Darksiders today. Ugh. Such a bad thing when that happens, right? But the game was being so mean, I couldn't continue playing it. I might go back to Castlevania later, though. After my break. Yeah, it was hardcore bad. See, I play with mouse and keyboard because I can't really use a controller comfortably. And there was a boss fight. And the camera was on high, or there was high grass, and it was on earth level, so I had grass in the mirror, in the front view, And on the side, when I was dodging the boss attack, I was smashed by the boss's hammer, and I clipped inside the hammer. I couldn't see anything. And then I tried to shoot the thing from the horseback, and I could aim at him, but I couldn't shoot because the button wouldn't work. I had to reset the controls to default to make that button work, but it still wouldn't give me a camera that was possible to use. So bad. Darksiders 2, really not recommended. Castlevania 4. All right, the only ones I own are Lords of Shadow, Mirrors of Fate, or Mirror of Fate, and Lords of Shadow 2. Those are the only ones I own. And the original Castlevanias are side-scrollers, right? Very console NES times, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, that is. Yeah. Sadly, I don't have access to the older titles. Are any of those on GOG? Do you know that? Hey, Crumbs and Bass, welcome. On GOG.com? If you ever frequent that, I'm not sure. Oh, I need more energy, alright. I remember now. Can we make some better food? Berry juice. No, not really. We need one of these burgers here. But I don't have onions, so that's going to be hard. Ah, okay, no problem. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I can get one of the older titles at least. Of the Castlevania. Symphony of Night is not that old. I'll have a look at that. Some of them have been ported to PC, that is. Oh, that needs a proper anvil. But I'm okay with these, actually. So, to create a pickaxe, which would help a lot with what I plan to do. But I still need, how do you call that? I would still need a forge. I'll just eat all the bread I have. Let's have a look. The forge. Furnace, there you go. Ah, so I need 3 more simple iron parts before I can do my own furnace thing. Symphony of the Night is not in the collection, but there is a collection. Cool, thank you so much for letting us know. That's awesome. I will now go to my graveyard and make it prettier. I need to get it to quality 7 or 5 to talk to the bishop more. 5, okay. I'm at -5, so we're nearly there. So let's put a fence here. There we go. Let's prettify the graves. Oh, so at some point I need to sleep. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wonder what happens if I fall over middle of the night. Can't be good, right? I didn't bring the compost. Oh, the donkey wasn't there in a bit. I wonder if he's on vacation now. I could finish this. Some more flitches. Bloodlines, okay. Oh yeah, the Mega Drive. I think it was called Mega Drive in Europe mainly, right? Wasn't it Master System or Genesis in other places? Yeah. I seem to remember that. So, can't really, did I put something in here? No. Can't really cook anything. I don't want to eat all the bread, so I'm going to sleep a bit. In the States it was Genesis, right? Yeah, in Germany it was Mega Drive. The Mega Drive. I think Shadowrun was my most played on that system. Most definitely. LeShark, have you played some of the newer Castlevania titles, the 3D ones? they're a tad different. Oh, to make... Oh, can I make the repair kits? Yes, but I need 2 nails. Okay. So, I think it's necessary to get the furnace going. And for that, I need 3 more iron parts. Until I can get those, I need to bury more corpses. Stone garden. What's a stone garden? Oh, we got slimes. Go away. Yeah. Do some iron mining here. On the Wii was a fighting game. They have so many different titles in that series. It's quite interesting. Mushrooms. I will need the stones as well. For the furnace. I hope... is this game available on Xbox? Probably, huh? Because this is a very chill thing to do between more action-focused stuff. Bit of planning and questing. Really likable. Let's see. I can make 2 more flower beds now, I think. 3 even. I'm not sure why I should exhume a body right now, but I could try. Oh, see, we've got wooden... Ah, okay, my inventory is full. Yeah. Let's have a look. We can bake some more meat. We definitely need cabbage seeds so we can make sandwiches for ourselves. That would be good. Put the cooking stuff in there. And take a bit of bread as a ration. On all platforms. It's a very good Switch title, yeah. It has controller support for PC as well. I'm just not using the controller much, so it doesn't get used a lot, but yeah. Okay, how do the recipes... Sometimes it confuses me. If I use this, I get this, right? So I can dismantle wooden crosses to get firewood. Not the other way around. I can't make a wooden grey fence out of firewood. That would also be a bit odd. Yeah. So the clue to what to do next are nails and these guys, and I get them only if I have the furnace. And for that I need 3 more parts, and my pocket money says 1 silver. That's nearly 3 more parts. So I could probably sell something in town to get that. Dun dun. Oh, we get a corpse. Getting a corpse. Couldn't I make the pallet? Ding ding ding. See, now it instantly arrives here. I don't need to carry it down myself. And then we put it on the autopsy table and perform an autopsy. And then we take a body. I mean, can I? To get the other parts I need more knowledge. I'll put them in the ground. There's enough space. The ghost asked me to exhume a body. I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with that. So we bury the corpse. Got a certificate which we can sell, and then, you know, we beautify the place a bit. There you go. Awesome. 2 more quality and we're good. have anything that I can use to make it better now that I'm here? No. Oh, we're nearly there. We are nearly there. Alright. Did I put something in here still? No. 2 more points and then we have the first job done. I think I'll do that and then I'll go for a break. So now I have enough money when I trade the certificate and then I can get the parts. It would probably be useful to have a wiki open with required materials, but that's cheating. So tomorrow is community choice marathon, right? I play the games you wanted to see, and you gotta vote. You gotta vote on the ones on the one that we start with. I prepared a voting system. Sadly, it wasn't as cool in the end as I wanted it to be. I wanted you to be able to do that like an overlay on stream, but that doesn't work. But if you follow in the second row, you follow the straw poll. You can vote there on a game you want to see, and the one with the most votes gets to be played tomorrow. Everybody can vote. You can also use your viewer points to suggest more games if you want. Enough money for the Smith. Mr. Smith. Dee-dee-dee-dee. How do you mean votes? You haven't voted yet. You just suggested games. That doesn't count. Oh. I have to wait until they are up. Oh, crap. Yeah, adding a game to the list is just letting me know what you're interested in. Letting me know what you want to see being played tomorrow is something else. I know it's complicated. I wish there was an easier way to convey the information. It really is not that complicated what I want to do, but it's hard to put in words for me. Well, at least efficiently. I can tell you lots of words until you understand what I mean, but I would rather have use less words. But my English doesn't suffice to do that. It's always complicated explanations with me. But I'm trying, so... can I eat those? +3 energy. Push comes to shove, we can eat the flowers. Mr. Blacksmith! Wakey wakey! Oh, I cut you down the trees in your garden, maybe. He doesn't need that tree anymore. I'm such an asshole. Cutting down his favorite tree, right? Let's use this and that. Hi, I wanted to trade you this tree here. Where is he? Come out. I hope that I can find a better pole mechanic for tomorrow. But for today I couldn't come up with a better one, sadly. Because I would want a permanent document where, well, the list is permanent. With straw poll I have to do the list again and again and again and again and again. And that's too much work. I wanted to use a poll extension, but it did exactly what I wanted, but it didn't work for Badger or DVA to tested it. So That would have been for the channel page, right? So that I could reset and restart as needed be. What we could do is just tomorrow everybody gets to vote, and then I'll just prioritize after following those, following those votes. The other option we have is to use the channel bot. The channel bot can also vote. I found the Goat Simulator. It's not on the list, but I found it. It's on the Xbox Game Pass. Depending on what I find for voting tomorrow. Ooh, Dex is a good game. I'll gladly add that. That's a good game. I've never finished it. Dex is a good game. There you go. And Goat Simulator gets into the voting tomorrow. I just have to figure out which one to... No, it would not. That's the purpose of you telling me what you want to see. You kind of have to. It's like if you want to become president of your current country, if you're honest about it, you would vote for yourself. There's one very old story about one of the chancellors here in Germany who voted for himself to win. I'm not sure if it was really the deciding vote, but you know. It will not be considered bad form. Absolutely not. It's not about imposing your opinion on everyone. It's me asking for it. That's how you have to see it. Right? So let's trade for as many of these. 6. Can afford 4. That better be enough for the forge. If I sell my firewood, it's working. And make nails from that. Here. Thanks for your tree. No, T-Bank. You vote for what you want to see. That is absolutely how it's supposed to work. Seeing as I keep picking games that I then end up hating, it's well worth an experiment to let you guys decide what's good, and then, you know, I might end up liking that. For some games I need to check if the Game Pass has it, or if I have an unused key on the Humble Choice, but most games that you will suggest I already have access to. Because I'm a collector. But obviously some of the very new titles, like someone suggested Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I don't have that and I can't afford it. But, furnace. 14 stone. That's like every stone I can find. We put that in here. I should be able to make nails now. Oh, and simple iron parts as well. I spent too much money. Let's make 8 nails then. Oh, what an oversight on my part. We have a lot of knowledge. And now we can extract bones, skulls, and skin from the dead. Bring out your dead. I wonder if trees regrow faster if I let the stump sit there, or it's different. Definitely found some mushrooms. So let's find more stone. There was some down here, I think. To learn about the dead. No, I have no idea. I have no clue. Probably because reasons. That's probably the explanation for it. Come here. Gotta find the... More stones to dig up. Set 14, right, for the furnace? Damn. Can I dig this up? No. Yes! I could do that. Make, you know, we have a talking skull and a ghost named Yorick. So. And bad weather. We have that also. Oh, we need some food soon. One more stone. Yeah. Furnace time. That is awesome. Oh, that's big. Next to the well. We put it next to the well. And then we hammer it until it's good. Unless we're out of energy. Mushrooms. I'm gonna put the meat in there for now. Water. And have a snack. Right. Now we can finish it. Ash. Ah, look at that. We can fuel it with sticks. And then we can craft. Oh, we don't have enough fuel for it that much, but these we can craft. Let's make some firewood, that's a bit more effective. Is there a direct way to get firewood? Oh. In here. Now we chop up some firewood. Get more votes. Well, the plan is that you vote once. Obviously. But I guess if you really, really want to vote multiple times, I can't really stop you. Okay, let's see. The cabbage plan is still not working. The onions and cabbages. Right? Oh, red jelly and berry juice. I could do that. I could also find out how the hell are we going to keep the bees? How are we doing that? Nom nom. Beekeeping. Is that here? Ah. Okay. Can have a apple garden. I don't have any seeds. I just have the fertilizer. Which is the first step, I guess. Ooh, that takes a long time. Oh. But, I can already make planks. And then we can get the repair kit going, and then we can beautify our graveyard a bit more. Sneaky plans on T-Bang's side. Wood repair kit. Amazing. Oh, very good. We got some iron ingot. And I can hammer that into iron parts. Now that is good progress. Perfect. I think this is where I will let our character sleep a bit. And go for a break. That's good progress. I'll play more of this. Graveyardkeeper is a chill thing. I'm not sure if I will stream all of that, because I'm not sure how interesting it is to watch. Because I'm just running around juggling numbers in my head and, you know, clicking through lots of menus. I'm not entirely sure if that is a really good stream, especially since I don't know the game very well. I can't really, you know, sort of comment on it a lot, other than vocalizing all my questions. Oh, we could clear the path here. Interesting things. Interesting things. So there's a lot this game has to offer, right? You can learn all these different technologies and you're sort of free to go about it as you like. Oh, this sounds useful. Which I like a lot. Freedom of choice. Well, not complete freedom. You're linked to the technology shenanigans, but you know, still, I can go about this however the hell I want, and that's pretty good. It's like, you know, you unlock knowledge and then you unlock perks, and you get all that progress by just doing things in the game. So whatever you do, you get forward, you get better, and have access to more things, and make some things easier to achieve, and so on. It's a good core gameplay loop. Very much an enjoyable thing. The Tim Curry simulator. What? Oh, Surviving Mars. That's free. That's a good game. I really liked Surviving Mars a lot, I have to say. I really like that a lot. The Tim Curry simulator. Yeah. Look at this. I can now make all the crosses and whatnot. But I'll do that next time I play this. Unsaved progress. Well, how do I save? I save here. Yeah, okay. Sleeping in the bed saves the progress. Okay, cool. Graveyardkeeper, that's a fun game. For what it is, right? It's not very action-y or anything. It's a cool simulation with a bit of mystery and a bit of chill and freedom and some humor, and it's very likable. And it comes with so many expansions. Breaking Dead, Stranger Sins, Game of Crown. Yeah, it's good fun. I'll have some well-deserved break time now. And I'll play some more Metroidvania, I was about to say. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. After the break, we've got a puzzle to solve. It's going to be a tough nut to crack. Directly after the break, I'll be back in half an hour or something like that. Maybe a bit faster. But you know, you are now informed about the goings on in the foreseeable future. I'll adjust the stream title, but not the category yet. And then before I return, I'll run some ads so you don't get pre-rolls, and then we continue doing things. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll go to the back seat and chill. Thank you so much for watching, even though today was a bit of a troubled stream again. But yeah, we'll get there. It's gonna be good, and I'll see you very